We're live.
Welcome, everyone, to Wednesday Night Showcase. I am your host, Captain Sack, a.k.a. Heath, a.k.a. the Dire Bear GM. Thank you, and welcome to the show. And hear that, as always. As you can see, I am not on camera at the moment. That is, again, because of other issues. But I hope to be back, and you can view my beautiful countenance once again. As I mentioned Monday, and I'm going to go ahead and start off with this as well. We're doing a huge push, or at least trying to do a huge push. And this is where we need all of our viewers, every single one of you. We are just one criteria away from being able to apply for partnership with Twitch. And that is viewership. We need to average 75 viewers over a short period of time. And I will tell you exactly what that is, because that's what I'm all about. That is not the button that I meant to click on. Let's see. Here we go. We need to have an average of 75 viewers. And that's an average, keep in mind. All right. An average of 75 viewers over a period of, like, in a 30-day period. Like, it's only a few hours within that time frame. The cool thing is that that's all we need, and then we can apply for that partner program. Now, what does that get everyone? Why does it matter? Honestly, the idea behind this is to start creating and generating income so that we can have people on board like these beautiful people who are with me tonight, Jason, Maddie, and V. I would like to be able to compensate them for the time that they put aside and help me out, especially since a lot of them are going to be keepers. Now, I know they'll say, oh, we don't need it, but you know what? I don't give a shit. That's what I want to do. And so in order to pay for the things that we have, the licenses, and for the people so that we can hire people to help us make it better, we need to monetize. And the best way to monetize is to become a partner, because it actually adds a little bit more as to what we can do and what we get. So that is why. Is it all about the money? Yeah, it kind of is. But it's for a reason, and for a good reason. Give me just 1 second. All right, so it is about the money, but not for me and for my pockets, but so that I can take care of these people, and so that we can take care of this. This is a business after all. And while I'm stretched thin as it is for the live engagements, but I will take any and all that I can. But I'd like to be able to make this a full-time thing, because hey, who doesn't dream of being a media outlet or being an entertainer? I mean, I know that if it's not one thing, it's another. For me, vocalizations and doing voice acting work and stuff like that, but also doing this. So I would like to have a big push. If you can tell just a couple of friends, post out there. If you saw a feed in a Discord channel, throw it on Twitter. Host us, throw it out there, get it live, get it moving, get the wheels turning on it, and hopefully we can get this done. And as always, if we don't, I do appreciate all of you guys coming along for us for each night that we do something, and the ride therein. Speaking of, coming up soon, we'll be having shows on Thursdays as well. Sundays are up in the air, but definitely on Thursdays, right, Maddie?
Yeah.
Okay. Right now, we are running shows on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and again, like I said, coming up soon, Thursday. So that in mind, I'm going to be done rattling on off at the head, and I'm going to turn things over to our keeper, V, who is running our Monster of the Week show. I am, again, my name is Heath, and I am running as Monty Hugh J. Gunderson, the Mundane. We have Jason, who is playing as
John Modison, Godling for Hire.
Thank you for the host, Chibi. I really appreciate that. And then we have Maddie, who is playing as...
I am Brandy. I am the Monstrous.
And then
I turn into a Hellhound.
It is a sight to behold. And then we have Lauren, who is not with us yet, but will be here soon. That's being played by Jack. Lauren is the Chosen, and is also Monty's granddaughter. I almost said daughter, but granddaughter. Atlas is normally with us on Wednesdays, but had an engagement, so will not be here. But Atlas plays Eli. And with that being said, V, our keeper, will take over from here.
Nice. All right. So the last time we left off, John, you were holding back a bunch of gross little tentacly vines. You guys pushed your way through the top of the elevator, and with some good brain power, skipped an entire level and got to the ninth level. The scene that lays before you guys. You are, as you exit, it's almost the same scene, like just a mere copy of a couple of the floors that you've already been on. You see the nurse's station. You see like the map on the side, the hallways, everything like that. The lights are already flickering, like before whenever you fought the creatures, but this time the walls are covered in these vines, and these vines are setting off sort of almost like this light kind of fog, a mist, if you will. The mist isn't doing anything, it's just this atmosphere is an uncomfortable atmosphere. I don't know if it probably doesn't scare any of you guys, but you're just like, this is not what I signed up for today.
Hello.
Hello, welcome.
What happened?
You guys are in a
You're
spooky.
just jamming back there, aren't you?
What?
That sounded like music back there.
Oh yeah. Phil is blasting music downstairs while he cooks, and of course it has to be epic battle music because he's vanquishing some fucking fish cutlet right now.
Vanquishing dinner.
Yeah.
Wishing dinner. I'm very proud of him.
I know, me too. He's doing great.
How is that?
I will probably not be on cam. Sorry.
That's okay. We're okay. We're beyond the non-cam tonight.
Okay.
We're doing great.
Also, is the title updated for you guys?
On it.
Thanks. Just wondering.
Double checking.
I would take that to mean the answer is no.
Yeah. Oh, shoot. That's not. Never mind. Ignore the SMS that was going to come to you. I was trying to log into my own Twitch account. Can we not with this?
We're doing great. John, you're still holding on to these vines, and you've done a beautiful job of holding them back, but they are trying to force you back as well. I'm gonna put this over here.
So it's a battle of wheels.
It's a battle of wills. You did an
By
amazing
which I mean
roll.
muscles.
I hate to be that guy, but I thought you said whales. A battle of whales. Just never mind. I'm muting myself again.
There's just a big whale coming down the hallway.
And a potted plant.
The poor thing is confused. It doesn't know how it got here. It doesn't want to be here.
Distressed whale noises.
This isn't its level. It doesn't even fit. It's just stuck in the hallway. You rolled extremely well, so I'm not going to say you're having a hard time. You did 2 nat 6s the last time we did this, so you're not having. I muted myself. I apologize. You're not having a hard time holding them back, but they are trying to force you back into the elevator, but there's not too much force behind them until at least right now.
Okay.
They're okay.
Fantastic.
The hallways are covered, the floors are covered, the ceilings are covered. This is flashing light horde generator
Sure.
level.
Is there any point of egress or just down the hall?
Down the hall.
Yeah, keep forcing it further versus the station or something where I can dump it over to the side.
As you get to the nurse's station wasn't far. You were pushing them far enough so that everybody could get out of the elevator without any issues. You force them back and you duck behind. They sort of like a wave crash to the floor and they stay there. They don't move too much after you've dropped them. They do kind of like do this weird wiggle in your direction, but they don't move fast enough to catch you off guard or anything like that. So you guys are in front of the nurse's station. You are surrounded by gross vines. And
Well, I figure if there ain't no way to go left or right, and I sure as hell ain't going backwards, forward it is.
Okay.
all right, you guys walk through the floor. It's uneven. It's not the flat floor you guys are used to. It's bumpy because the vines are covering everywhere. They're like little worms under your feet almost, but they're not.
Thanks, I hate it.
Is it a big around or a little around or
mix?
They're mixed. They're a good mix as far as you can see.
This reminds me of that time I was over in Laos. I'm not at liberty to say what I was doing there, but let's just suffice it to say there was a lot of jungle I was crawling through.
Aren't they declassified now?
No.
Okay.
Shut up and stop asking questions, Lauren.
Oh God.
God damn it.
You guys, as you guys keep going down the hallway, you can see where it's coming from now. You can see the room that it is spreading out of. It has spread like out and up and under the door. The door is slammed shut. There's a layer of vines over top of it, and it is spreading down the hallways and around and bless you, and
Bless
up
your
the
soul.
ceiling. And it's thickest at the door and then spreads out to make a sort of layer everywhere else.
Hey, John.
yeah?
What do you want to bet this is? This is where we gotta go.
I'd say it's a good bet.
Hey, Brandy, you think you can get past these vines?
Of course.
Lauren, be safe.
Yay, okay.
All right. You guys want to get through this door. How are you going to do it?
With violence?
With violence.
Liberal applications of violence.
Seems like the best method, to be honest.
I mean, I've only got the one tool, but you know.
Monty would like to cast 1911. It's just him shooting at the door.
Oh my gosh. I'm trying to look to see. No. Nope. I have a swingy thingy with a sharp bit on the end.
It's like, what do you? Yes, I say. What about your little your swingy thingy there?
Ah.
I have a weapon. I can help. If you want.
Well, give her a whack. Let's see what happens.
Okay. So I drop my gym bag again. I root around for this god-awful heirloom. And I'll give it a little swing. I love how I forgot how to play this game. What do I do? What do I
Roll
click?
something. Roll something.
Yeah, we're gonna roll something. You'll roll
What is
to
this
kick
music?
some ass. It'll be plus tough.
Plus tough.
Tell me how you're coming at this door covered in thick vines.
Okay, I'm gonna channel my inner Lara Croft and try to plant myself in front of the door and then give my weapon a swing from like the bottom and twist my body up to the top of the door. Like I'm gonna body slam someone or something like that.
Okay.
I love how that wasn't clear at all. Just, I'm drinking coffee. Just give me like 10 more minutes.
Wait, so you're swinging it in an arc upward?
Yes, that's the one.
Got it. Visualize world peas. All right.
I don't deserve you guys, honestly.
Well, you can take a point of experience because you rolled a 5.
Oh.
And you're not sure if it's how you twisted the body, if you were channeling too much Lara Croft and it just like went way too above and beyond, that it just
Mhm.
max capped and it just wasn't what you needed at the time.
Clanged against the door instead.
Clanged against the door. You go to drag your weapon across the door and it snags for a quick moment and you lose your footing a little bit and it sort of sends your body to the side. You don't even get to finish your swing. It's like you dragged the bottom of your blade across the vines, it snagged, and just in the momentum you almost fall to the ground and you don't get that good Lara Croft sensation.
Just from behind you, you hear, "Oh Lord."
Oh, these are strong.
You
These
tried.
are strong vines. Okay, you know what? Shut up, Grandpa. And then I'll like move out of the way and just like shove John and Brandy forward.
What? I said you tried.
Well, you're being particularly sarcastic about it.
What kind of handle is there on the door?
It's a new house.
You don't see the handle. The handle seems to be covered. If you could bet though, it's probably one of the ones like you would grip into and you would push down. But you don't see it. It's covered right now.
Okay. Oh, wall up the center of the door then.
Okay.
Roll my tough.
Yeah, you're hitting it with your hammer, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Roll some tough to fight the door.
Fight that door.
Fight that door. I know your tough is really high now.
It's highish.
I think it's maxed.
It is.
Jesus.
And if it's important since it's covered in vines, the weapon is of course holy.
Okay, yeah.
Well, fantastic. Jesus. Phil is having like a rave in his room right now.
All right, that's a 10. You get to choose an extra effect, so you can take +1 forward or give +1 forward to another hunter. You inflict terrible harm, you suffer less harm, or you force it where you want them.
Well, I want the door flat.
Force it open. Flat in front of you.
Flat. Out of
Hey, forced it where you want it to be.
Yep, exactly.
You're not wrong. You hit this door, and the electricity coming from your hammer just crackles. And if these vines were if they were like a worm, actually, you hit it and they like stiffen against the door, and anything that was holding the door back just it didn't even look like they had hinges. It just fell like this large creak inwards in on the room and flat on the floor.
Avon calling.
I was going to say housekeeping, but all right.
Oh.
Didn't mean to steal your thunder.
Eh.
Oh, that's funny right there. I get it.
Oh
What's in
my
the door?
gosh.
Inside of the room, it is dark. These lights are not flashing. It's pitch black. You can see some of the entrance as you enter from the lights flickering in the hallway. The vines are thick in this room as it covers the walls and the ceilings and the floor. There are a couple beds that you can see. One of the you can see the one closest to the door is empty. There's nothing in it. The one farther into the room, you can't make out much besides the fact that it is covered in vines.
Anything on the ceiling above it?
No.
I'm gonna take out my flashlight. And I'm gonna turn it on.
Is that the one that goes whenever you light it up?
Yeah, it just makes this really concerning noise.
It's just
No, it's the wind-up ones.
That's the old battery charge ones.
Yeah. 10 minutes later. Oh, shit.
Your arms wore out. Like that one arm is just buff as hell.
Yep.
time to switch arms. God. All right, you've got your flashlight on. What are you doing with it?
So I'm gonna point it into the room and kind of shuffle in a little bit because I'm a little bit concerned. But I want to get a good sweep of what's going on.
Okay. As clear as day, you see the thickness of the vines through this room. The bed is, as you point the flashlight over, covered. You can see the outline of a body. You don't see it moving. You just see the vines sort of tangled up and over top and over across of it. You continue flashing it around the room. You don't see anything else in the room.
Alrighty then. Huh. I look behind me and look at everybody else and just be like, somebody should go check the room out. And smile.
Okay, I'll go.
Of course you will.
I am. I'll use the. Don't worry, I'll check it out as I pop into the room.
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
Oh,
You
this is gonna go great.
experience.
I get experience.
Take it, you monster. Much
It's me. I'm the monster all along.
surprise, you're fighting Monty.
Turns around, uses like visceral attacks, a sharpened tongue.
Oh, God!
He had the monster teeth all along.
Not today.
Takes down Lauren in less than 30 seconds.
Literally, but only because I
All mental
refuse to
damage.
fight
It's
my
all
yeah,
mental
literally.
damage.
Actually,
Literally.
you take mental damage from trying to mental damage Lauren, I think.
We both die.
It's just instant damage on damage. Nothing
Yep.
else.
I love it.
Like watching two wrestlers clotheslining each other at the same time.
Yes, exactly.
Like
All right, where were we
it's a
going
good
with this? What's happening?
visual. You are running into immediate danger, Monty. Don't worry.
Yeah.
It's like somewhere scary. Where are you going first?
What's
That's the real
on the
question.
other side of the room? The door again? Rooms?
Of the
Hallways?
rooms? There is no other door. You can see like a door that would be for a washroom, but it's half covered in vines. Otherwise, there's no exit to this room.
Just
Besides
a
the one you just
room
entered.
So it's like a hospital room.
Yep.
Well, I'm kicking open the washroom door then.
Okay.
Literally kicking open the door, not opening it with my hand, just boom, boot to the door.
I'll let you roll plus tough.
You been in there long enough. Wipe and get out.
All right, roll tough.
Oh my gosh.
Mixed.
Mixed success. Yeah, you and whatever you were fighting inflict harm on each other. The amount of harm is based on the established stages
So
of
the
the game.
door and I inflict harm on each other.
Yep. I'm gonna okay for this sake. I'm gonna say you do kick open the door easily enough. The door swings open. It bangs against the back of the wall. It doesn't
does it.
fall.
Does
But
that close thing? It's gonna.
no, not even just smack. And then you are you had to kick through some vines though, and your leg is not like a god's hammer,
Mm-hmm.
so your leg goes through the vines, and you're stuck. You're kind of like in this weird position where like if you were climbing a fence as a kid and your foot got stuck and you were like sort of not laying
My
down
leg is
against
kind of
the
up
fence.
in the air, and my
Yeah, and your body is like pushing into the vines, so it's like you can't get the leeway to sort of push yourself out. I'm not gonna give you harm because you kicked a door.
because they're
but
not, but it's not like I can't really get footing.
Yeah, you can't get footing, so your other foot's slipping a little bit as you.
So from
You're
inside the
stuck.
room, you just hear,
Oh, God damn it.
John just walks in behind him,
Can I
grabs him
get
under the
some
arm,
help?
and just picks him up out of the vine.
Did you say a word to Lauren or Brandy?
Happens to the best of us.
Mean it, God, or not, I will crawl up your ass and kick your ass from the inside out.
Oh my god.
I won't tell her a thing.
All right, then.
That's you on the arm.
I do notice that he didn't specify what her he's talking about.
Oh no, he said Lauren and Brandy. You're good.
No, but that's what I mean. He just said her. Singular. No specification about which her he's talking about.
Okay.
I peek my head in the door once again.
It's like a whack-a-mole effect.
Yeah, honestly. What's going on? Is everything okay?
I'm fine. You.
Oh, okay.
And you said there was nothing in the bed?
There seems to be the outline of a body, but it is covered in vines. The first bed is empty. The second has the outline of a body on it.
That's what I'm trying to pull the vines off of. Keep in mind, these hands are also holy.
These mitts are holy.
Holy, catch these hands. Catch these god hands.
That's band. That's John Modison's next girl. Is a band, the lead singer for a band
Let's
called
face
God
it, John
Hands.
Modison sounds like
God
a name
Hands.
might be in a band.
Yeah, God Hands is the name of the band. It's just.
Honestly, it'd be perfect. Oh god. Okay. If
It's all just music that sounds like Godsmack.
Oh my gosh.
Smack cover band.
Godsmack and POD.
right.
Sorry.
All right. So
Y'all are
you
perfect.
are. My god, it's jazz hands. They're basically the same thing. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard that in the church.
This is next level.
We were touched by God's hands, or jazz hands. Either one.
Or
They're
jazz hands.
They're interchangeable.
Just depends on the
Gosh.
gloves and how he's feeling today.
Thus spoke the word of Josephine Baker.
Oh my god, I
Thank you for going
hate
on
you.
that. Thank you for going on that trip with me. I appreciate it.
Shut up forever.
as you start to pull at these vines, you Your hands are getting more tangled and tangled as you try to pull these vines off. It's as soon as you pull a vine away, another vine is coming up. You hear a sound out of nowhere, and it is
Mhm.
coming from above the bed. You look up, you don't see anything. Try to pull the vine again. The vines reappear and in bulk this time, almost like a Hydra effect. As you pull the vine away, two more appear, kind of thing.
Is there a chair in the room, like for somebody to sit in next to the bed?
Yes, there are two on the opposite side of the bed.
I walk over there. I drag one around. I climb up in the chair and I hit a ceiling tile. Maybe it's indivisible. Who knows?
Sorry.
Wow.
Just picture him going up with his hammer, like smacking ceiling tiles. As you smack one of the ceiling tiles, you see sort of this, almost like this ripple effect. You don't see the full picture, but you do see a spike that has stuck into that ceiling tile. The ceiling tile stays in place, surprisingly. But you see something that is sticking into it, sort of ripple effect, visualize, and then ripple effects back away.
Huh. I don't reckon it's supposed to do that there, is it?
Nope. Climb down. Hope no one will mind if I pray.
No.
I kneel down, kind of on one knee, hammer sitting like that, and I cast out evil.
Ooh.
I pray for my grandpappy and my great grandpappy's help.
I just read this skill real quick. Okay. Go ahead. Roll plus stuff.
I asked it for my help, for today is a good day to whoop somebody's ass. It's not a 15, but I'll take it.
It's a plus 10. On a plus 10, it is banished.
Jesus Christ.
No.
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 Thank you for the correction. I apologize. I just hear Big and Rich singing "Everybody Wants to Kick My Ass."
Now, it's not like it's banished from this dimension or something. It's driven out of the room, essentially.
It's driven out of the room. Yes, you don't know. So on a 10 plus for this, it's banished. You can kind of it almost starts out like it sounds like a whirling, like if you listen to running water, like a whirlpool. That's what it sort of sounds like. You don't see it at first, but then John, as you open your eyes to finish praying and stare up at the ceiling to see where this creature is and maybe get a hint of where it might be sent, you can see it in its full form. You can see the way its legs stop with Eugene Demon Jacuzzi. Sorry. You see its legs sticking out. You can see the way it's got its arms, what looks like it's wrapped around a body and it's pulling it up to him. You can see the tethers to this body that reaches down and is attached to the body that is under the vines, and its big monstrous head sort of turns towards you as you finally finish your prayer, and you can see it disappear. The body in its arms is there for a brief second before it disappears as well. You don't see it go back down into the body. You don't see it continue up, but it's just gone like a flash of light. The lights in this room sort of flicker on. It's not a bright light like you'd get in a hotel room, in a hospital room, but it is enough, and like enough through the vines of the room to see that whatever is here, whatever was there, is gone. For now.
John, did you flush the toilet, or am I just hearing things?
No, I banished the creature. Unfortunately, I took the child with it. It's probably still here in the hospital. I just drove it out of the room.
So now we have to go searching for it.
Yeah, that did not work out like I meant for it to work out. I should have been more specific.
Ah.
So, wait a minute. The kid's evil.
I believe it has him captured.
Oh, it's latched on to him like a lamprey or a leech.
Yeah, it's something like that, yeah.
Oh, that's so gross.
It's pretty gross.
Better than what I could have said, like a puppet.
Stop!
I like to watch you squirm. No.
Is this just Cap now?
Yeah, pretty much. This is who I am. Just a
Jack-
slightly different voice.
Jack, you're about to have that same revelation that Monty is just Cap
In the future.
in the future. It's the exact same thing as when you realize that Aethan was just me with a license to kill.
That's so valid. I hate you both. Die.
If only that were true. Alright, well, then I'm a hellhound, which means I am some form of dog. Can I track, I'm assuming that there was a scent of some sort in the room?
I mean, there's a lot of scents in this room. The bathroom door has been kicked open. No, I'm kidding. Is that if you have just one ultimate form of
Shitter's full.
yeah, ultimate- Okay. Yeah. Yeah, there are ways that you can track this thing.
Okay, well, that's what I'm gonna do.
You are going to get +1 for investigate a mystery. And investigate mystery is a plus sharp roll.
Cool. So I get... Okay, and I don't have any stats on that, so...
And then you get +1.
Do I get a +1? Okay.
Yep. Your skill allows a +1 going forward, so it starts here.
Well, that's fantastic.
Youchies, youchies, youchies. That's a 6, so you can take a point of experience. All for you.
Thanks.
There you go. Sorry. You have shifted into your hellhound form. You are smelling, you're moving around the room to try and smell, and you don't know if maybe it's just the way John banished the creature that the scent stopped, but all you can only smell the creature. You can smell the creature scent. You're gonna have that. You can smell it, but you can only smell it in this room.
Okay. But I now have the scent of the creature, which means that now we just have to go through each room and find that. Which is better than nothing, and it's more than what we had about 30 seconds ago. So Brandy's just gonna trot her way out of the room, and she's going to each individual door and smelling at it to see if she can find the same scent.
Okay. You smelled nothing.
On every door on the floor.
Yep.
Okay.
Could it have gone down to a lower floor?
I mean, anything's possible.
Mm-hmm. This is where your decisions come into play.
Now, it may just be that I can't smell it through the door. We didn't open any of them.
You think your sniffer's broken through the door?
No, I'm thinking this is a hospital, and it's very rare that you smell things from closed doors in a hospital.
That's fair. What do you suggest?
Kick down every door until we find it.
Now you're talking. Let's go.
That's doable.
I got this one.
Charge off to the nearest door I can find and try to kick it down.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll-
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Do it.
Yeah, okay.
Kick some ass. Kick some door ass. Let's do it. I want to see it. Ooh. We're kicking some door ass now. They don't get stuck this time. That's pretty good.
That door you hear.
Hiya! Damn it!
Damn it.
Oh my
You-
gosh.
All right. On a 10 plus, you can take one forward, give one forward to another hunter, inflict terrible harm, suffer less harm, or force them where you want them.
So I can. Well, I mean, I can give someone else a +1.
Moving forward.
All right. Yeah.
As long as they move forward on kicking doors down, I guess.
All right. I'll John or Brandy. John's got like a plus bajillion. Brandy, I'll give you one
Okay.
forward. John just stares at the door. They fall down in his will. Door, why dost thou still stand?
I am the
Then-
god of bashing and crashing.
Then
These-
Brandy will open the next one. She's just gonna put both paws and just shove forward.
Okay.
Minor deity, John Modus, and god of door crashing.
God of crashing the party.
Door crashing, party crashing. It's just any kind, sort of any kind of crashing.
He's kind of crashing. Usually breaking out the door causes a party. Go ahead and roll tough. +1. I swear to God, if
John's
she rolls,
avatar is him with the hammer in one hand and a case of beer on the other on his shoulder.
just other shoulder or just
Or a
like under
keg.
his arm.
A keg, yes, a keg on the shoulder.
No, sorry, I messed that up.
That's okay. Roll again.
There we go. That's better.
All right. You push the door through. It's the same thing here. +1 forward, +1 forward to another hunter. Harm where you want it. Blah 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 blah.
I'll give a +1 to Monty.
Returning the favor. Here we go.
What was in my room?
In your room. So your room is it's almost an exact copy of the other hospital room. You see it, and the front it's still covered in vines. The lights are out. The front bed is empty. The back bed has a body in it. There's still the bathroom door off to the side. It's almost like a mere copy of the room you guys were just in.
Huh. Anything on the beds? I take it.
The first bed is empty. The second bed has a body covered in vines.
Oh, John!
I walk over.
You
What do
wanna
you
try
find,
the
buddy?
Monty?
Oh, my bad. It's been a rough day.
Yeah, I understand. Body on a bed. Do your magic toilet flushing thing and see if you can send him out of the room.
Okay. Go try to hang on to the body so maybe it can't drag it off with it.
He looks at you, looks at the vines, looks back at you, and goes,
Do I have to?
Never
I'm
mind.
just saying. I mean,
I'll lean over and
I-
kind of grab the body up under one arm, and then I'll start praying again.
all right, no, wait. I'll hold on to it. Oh, they're all gross. It's like being hugged by Laotian vines hanging from trees. Reminds me of the time. Anyway, I got him.
All right. I will say my tough prayer.
All right, do it.
like the look on Maddie's face. Like,
The 13.
This
you
time I specify in the prayer, leave the body behind.
leave the body behind. So I will clarify what happened last time. The creature did not leave with the body. The body was still in the room. It
Oh.
left. It had this sort of It had its arms wrapped around almost like a spiritual form of it. It looked like it was tethered to the body, but whenever it got banished, it disappeared. The body stayed for a couple seconds, and then it just disappeared. It didn't fall back into the body. It didn't continue upwards. It just poofed.
So was the body in the bed dead?
Yep.
Okay, maybe we don't want to try this then.
Do you want to I will let you mulligan this one roll if you want to see if you want to do this banishment again.
Mm.
Can I tell anything about the body in the bed? Does it look like a kid? Does it look like a random person?
It's a smaller body. You can tell it's not an adult.
We're going to. I'll let the prayer stand.
Okay.
And when it fades, I'm going to try to grab the whatever that is.
The
It's really dumb.
The monster or the
The like floating spirit that I see above the body.
oh.
I'm basically going to try to go
hands
and push it down into the body.
push it down into the body. Okay.
Get back in here!
Stay!
Starts driving into the body with the hammer. Exactly.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check out another room. I'm kind of worried about him.
The banishment goes through. You like without a without a hitch. Just like last time. You hear the same sound, and you see the creature again turns towards you and then slowly like disappears just like last time. The body, as you go to grab for it, your hands, you can feel it as you grip onto it and try to force it down. You can't force it down. It is almost kind of stuck in this spot before it disappears like a snap, and your hands just fall.
May have just killed a child. That is not how I envisioned the day going when I got up this morning.
Did you really think you'd be walking around a hospital with a hellhound, a crotchety old bastard, and Lauren?
No, Lauren was a surprise. There's lots of crotchety old bastards in my family. That could always happen.
All right.
Uh-huh.
You know what, John? I like you.
We are warriors. We're kindred spirits. Of course you do.
Hoorah.
Bruh.
Going to need to try something different with the next one, though, if there is a next one.
If there's a next one. Well, we do have the door that Brandy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, what did Brandy do?
So Brandy pushed through this door with no issue, and in the room it's the same scene. It's the front bed is empty, the back bed is got a body covered in vines. It is dark. Also, the lights did go back on the room after you finished your banishment in the other room. It's dark. You see the bathroom still. The door is shut. This room is covered in vines. It's almost like the exact same scene.
Does it have the same smell?
No.
Okay, then I'm moving on to the next door.
Okay.
Because it really feels like these might just be illusions and not not something that we should really have to worry about.
Mhm.
So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move on to the next one
Okay.
and push it open.
Alrighty. Roll some tough.
Yeah, to be fair, he probably was already dead.
You push open the door with no issue. It's the exact same scene. Empty bed covered in vines. Room is dark. Bathroom door in the back corner. Vines everywhere. It's
Smells not the same.
smells. There's no smell.
Okay.
Vines, everywhere there's vines.
Then we continue on. I'm literally gonna go door by door checking for smell.
There are 2 more doors.
Okay.
That one you have a bit of an issue with. You get tangled in the vines for a quick second, and as you push open the door and you look in, and it is a mere copy. There's no smell.
I'll
No
knock down the
smell,
last
or the
one.
smell's not the same.
There's no smell.
Okay.
I'll knock down the next one.
All right. Are you hitting it with your hammer, or are you pushing your hands?
Hammer.
Hammer. Okay. As you smack it with your hammer, it takes a second for it to be knocked off its hinges. It like knocks off one and it just kind of dangles into the room. The vines are still covering the entranceway. As you peek in and around them, you see the exact same scene. It is empty bed in the front, body of vines in the back. Vines.
Have all these bodies look the same size?
Yep.
Hey, John.
Yeah, Monty.
You starting to get a feeling we're doing the same thing over and over again?
Mm-hmm. Like we're dealing with decoys.
Yeah, that or practicing in stupidity, doing the same thing over and over again, hoping for a different result.
When I banished the 2 creatures that I banished, do they act the exact same way before they faded out? You know, they
Yep.
both turn, look at me, and they do the whole
And then
rigmarole.
they disappear. Yep. One of those like, how dare you? And then they just disappear.
So all of them?
The 2 creatures that John banished, yep, they did the exact same thing.
No, I'm thinking, do we banish all of them?
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know. I'm gonna go back to one of the rooms that I have done a banishment.
Okay.
Can I peel the vines off the body now?
Yep, they're looser, but I'll have you roll a act under pressure to do it.
All right,
So
what's that?
that's a plus cool.
That'll be a big fat no.
Ouch. That's gonna be a point of experience. That's a 3, my dudes. You start to peel these vines away, and it's still sort of giving you that Hydra effect where you pull the vine over, it covers it back up with 2, but this time the vines that you've pulled off with your hands are wrapping around your hands as well. You've gotten yourself essentially stuck. The vines have gone up over your hands and around your wrists and are tightening and pulling, and slowly, as much as they can, push their way up and at the same time pull you in.
Hey, did anybody follow me into this room?
I'm investigating one of the other rooms, so.
I'm probably hanging back because I don't know. I'm not into it. I'm not into this at all.
And then Brandy was stuck in not stuck, but she was in a door.
Yeah, I was in that last room where you cast out the body.
No. Okay.
Actually,
in that case, I just try to manhandle my way loose. All I can do.
just like pulling at like dough or spaghetti or something. Trying to raise it high enough to a point where it breaks. Okay, I'll let you roll plus tough. 11, perfect. Okay, on a 10 plus, you get the advantage. Take 1 forward. Another. In this case, I don't think you'll get +1 forward to another hunter. Inflict terrible harm. You suffer less harm. You force them where you want them.
I force them where I want them.
Okay.
As I'm doing that, what I want is for it to peel back enough of the vines that I can see the face on the body.
As so as you go, you are grabbing more and just sort of letting it wrap around as much as you can as you keep pulling, and you're taking handfuls now as you're trying to grab these vines from the family. You're ripping it away, and you're managing to rip it away fast enough so that before it gets that last sort of coverage where basically like almost a giant wave of vines come down and over the body and the bed, you can see the face of a teen boy. You don't recognize the boy. He seems young, and he's got that facial, like he's got that recognition of being sick. You can see the bags under his eyes, the paleness of the skin, and it's not just the light in this room that's giving it off. He looks sick. He looks infected by something. And then as you finally see the face, you snap back and you just kind of like Wolverine style, where normally the claws would come out, but instead you just break the vines off of your hands.
All right, move on to the next room.
Oh, you badass.
We move to the next room and see if the body looks the same.
The body is the same initially as you left it, so there's only the thin layer of vines. It's not like a full layer like the last room.
I'm gonna try to get a look at this guy's face, see if it's the same kid.
Okay. Roll plus cool.
The vines are capable of moving. Would I be capable of casting out the vines?
Ooh.
You haven't tried that. That's true. Let me.
It just says an unnatural creature.
Mm-hmm.
And since these things are moving on their own, I'm pretty sure they count as a creature.
That's very true. There are a lot of yeah, that's not what I meant to do. Sorry. Yeah, you can give it a try.
All right, we'll give that a try.
Yeah, big boy tough. You. Yeah. On a 12, so yes, you see the vines sort of wiggle, and it's not they don't disappear, and you don't hear that same sound as you were banishing the creature. You see them sort of pull back and like suck in. You don't see what part of the room it is because all of the vines are now shrinking backwards, like from one point they're just disappearing back and into a spot in the room, and they disappear without any cost. It's just like somebody turned on a vacuum and then went
How'd that go
not
again?
phase. What?
How'd that go again?
What?
I'm just having
Anyway, I look at the body on the bed. Check for a
Alright.
pulse, I think.
Check for a pulse. You can clearly see the body of this kid. He's young, probably like in his late teens. John, you would actually recognize him from the pictures. He's like a mop of dirty blonde hair. He doesn't look like he did in the photos. He doesn't look as lively as he was on that best summer ever. You don't feel a pulse, but you do feel a warmth coming off of him.
That just means he's fresh. Is it the same face as in the other room, though?
Yes.
Okay. Passes on to the party.
You're passing that information on to us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you said it does look like the boy that you saw?
Yes.
We do the same thing in one of the other rooms?
We're going to go into one of the other rooms.
Okay.
And try to banish the vines without banishing the critter above us.
Okay.
We'll try the opposite order, see what happens.
Right. All right, make your roll.
10.
Yes. Oh, a 1 and a 6, but you still passed it with no issue. Well, yeah. So you see the vines move. It does that little like sound where they disappear. You can see the lights are still off in the room. You can see the kid's body. You can kind of. Do you touch it this time as well?
Sure.
As you touch the body, this one has its warmth, but you do feel more life to it. You can feel, and now that you know that the creature is above, you can sort of sense it now. You can feel that it is there and it is above you. And sorry, you can kind of see the way that the body on the bed is almost like it's lifted a little bit, not off the bed completely, but where you had seen the ties, the bonds from that sort of spiritual version of the body that was attached. You can see where it's lifted, like at the arms a little bit, like the arm is raised off the bed a little bit. The legs are as well.
I feel around to see if there's anything connected to him.
Connected. You don't feel anything. I'll show you the divine. As you sort of pass your hand through, you feel this sort of pressure, but you don't feel any sort of like bonds that you can like grab and break.
I swing through the open space with the hammer to see if the holy weapon does any damage.
Into the open space, like above the bed or above the body?
Above where I felt where I was passing my hand through it. Well, now I pass the hammer through it.
You can hear the crackle as it sort of passes through these areas where you had felt the pressure. You can see like the little sparks as it swings through, but it does nothing other than that.
What did you do with the last one? The boy, is he still on the bed?
Yes.
Now I'm wondering if we have to banish out all the rooms.
Oh.
And then lay them out like cordwood in the middle of the room and burn. No, wait.
Whoa.
Wait. That's not what I was thinking.
You're at a 10. I'm going to need you to go back down to about a 3 or 4.
Dial back the homicidal thoughts a bit.
Yeah.
They didn't make this so that you'd have to kill the kid. I'll say that.
That's good to know.
We were talking about for days to come. I don't think V likes children. I don't think she likes children at all.
No murdering the kids, right?
I like
Got
kids.
it.
Not mine. Continue.
Wait, did you say not mine? Like you have some that you don't
No,
like that belong to you?
Yeah, I have like 18 of them and they all suck.
He's like, I've adopted 32. What a fucking mistake.
Oh, God.
I'm not gonna comment. No, I'm kidding.
At that point, I want to know where the fuck these kids are, because I've known you for how long, and I haven't seen a fucking single sight of them.
They're in the cupboard under the stairs.
The secret American life.
Okay, so, I really
will be right back.
I don't think we have to banish all of them. That seems
Excessive. So is it like there's 7 rooms and only one of them is the real kid?
You have a total of 5 rooms.
And one of them is the real kid.
I'm not saying that.
theoretically.
I know you're not saying that. You said this one, whenever you touch the previous one, and then you touch this one, it seemed to have more life to it. Is that right?
Yes. But I had not banished the creature above him.
Oh.
And still have it. Just the vines that were holding him.
Oh. What happens if you banish it, John?
Well, up till now they've died.
Oh well, that's not a good choice then, is it? Given the previous conversation we just had.
Mm-hmm.
It's V's V's home for wayward children. Hmm. Let's get the vines off of all the kids.
All right. Let's see. I banished the vines twice,
Mm-hmm.
so I've got
I'm
like
back.
3 more banishings.
Hmm.
I think so.
That one didn't
Professor
work.
X, why do they keep giving you these kids? This isn't a very responsible handling for kids, especially kids with superpowers. I'm just saying.
How many times has your school blown up? I don't know.
I don't know,
Right?
but it keeps coming back together without a cause or need of concern, so it's fine. You can take a point of experience. Wait, no, for your 7, it. Never mind. You don't get a point of experience for that because it actually works. So you had 3 more banishings to do. I'll let you roll two more times, and I'll let you know the outcome of them.
That didn't sound good. Oof.
Um,
I think Grandpappy and Great Grandpappy are getting tired of me bothering them.
he's like, these vines and the creatures don't actually go anywhere in the hospital. They actually get sent to your grandfather. And so now these all these vines and these creatures are appearing in his house, and he's like, I've got questions about these ones, John. I don't like this anymore.
John!
John's about
We
to have.
must have a conversation.
I'm tired of this shit. Sometimes it's just random cats. You
Look
can't
at
banish
it.
cats.
Quit banishing all the cats.
I keep them because I love them, but now I have 520 cats. No, I'm kidding.
Wow, me.
Hogan and Moonin are annoyed by all the cats.
I love how the accent keeps changing.
Yep, you know.
It's fantastic.
Don't judge me.
I'm not judging you. I literally would die for you.
Good to know.
Okay.
Maybe
Because you're
calling
gonna.
on that.
So we've got 2 7s
Fucking
and
dead
and a 9, and so it takes a little while for the it takes a little while. You're just banishing the vines, right?
Mhm.
It takes a little while for these vines to disappear, and in these 3 rooms, it almost acts out like in the same way. They are as you banish, they are gripping as best and as tightly as they can, and and they're just trying to wrap around the body even more and sort of pull it with them. It's pulling these bodies off the bed and trying to bring them with them, but as soon as it gets close to the edge of the bed, the vines are quickly sucked in without any more worry or not bringing the body with them, but they have disappeared. They've been banished.
John, sorry.
And you have successfully uncovered all of the bodies.
And they're all the same kid.
And they're all the same kid.
All of them still have the the monster above them, though.
All but
John-
the 2 that I have banished.
The first 2, yep.
And those kids, when you banish the monster, they died.
Yes.
Well, then I definitely.
Now
say
you said
yes.
these did not have a pulse either, but they were warmer.
But they were warm. They felt like there was more life to them.
So I have no idea what that means.
You don't there's more movement. Like even in the other rooms, you could feel the warmth to them, but the bodies were a little bit more stiff compared to that. This is just like it's almost like a sense of rigor mortis hasn't set in, but they do have you could see the chests move as if it's taking a breath, but you don't feel a pulse in them.
Which could just mean the pulse is really low. Should we stack them together and see if they merge?
Yeah,
Voltron style, you know.
yeah. That's actually what I was thinking. Was bring all the bodies together in one place.
Oh
Just take
god,
the five-
I don't
We
like
stack the
that.
5 of them together. Now we have an adult, huh?
Strange.
I don't think that had the results we were expecting.
Question.
Dear God, put it back.
Yes, Randy.
For the keeper,
Oh.
being the fact that I am a hellhound, Can I sense any sort of soul still in them?
Ooh.
No, I can't, or no, it's not there.
It's not there.
Oh no.
Oh, good. Then I haven't killed any children. Today is approved.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
See, that's the silver lining.
Mhm.
Look. Well, I'm all out of suggestions. I can't shoot one of these things. Hey, Brandy. Or not Brandy, excuse me. Hey, Lauren.
Hmm?
You still got that fancy flashlight that I gave you?
Yeah.
The one
And
with
I'll-
the really high-powered beam, right?
Yeah. And I, reach in and take it out again and hand it over.
Thank you, dear.
And I'm going to aim said high-powered flashlight at one of the ceiling monsters and
Ceiling.
switch it on.
All right. As you turn this flashlight on, you can see the outline. It's like a ripple effect, like a drop moving into water. As the flashlight hits it, it moves out and bigger and bigger and bigger. Like even in the sense that you see John, and it's not very, like, if John stands up full height beside the bed, it's not very far from John's head at all. It's quite big and it is on the ceiling, but it's not paying any attention to you. It's not paying attention to anybody in the room except for the body underneath it.
Oh, good.
Can we all see this?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to do something else. I'm going to shove the kid out of the way and lay down in his place.
What?
Okay.
Okay.
Look. I've lived a long life. I've seen some shit and I've banged some Vietnamese women. I figured it's probably time to go ahead and cash it in, so eat me, you bastard!
What? No! He's not even that old.
He's
Oh my God.
late 60s.
That is not that old.
Not that old, but still, he's had a good life.
He's-
like you
he's
just
over
said. Look, he's driven his truck across the U.S. He's been to Vietnam, shot some people, made some friends.
He's done everything.
He's
just done
got a
everything.
full ticket, you know. He has no interest in climbing mountains.
Oh,
Doing yoga
gosh.
in the morning on Sundays.
No,
It's
that's
not
that's
really-
Lauren's
you don't-
thing.
You don't see him doing Tai Chi in the park with the rest of the old biddies.
No. That's Lauren's thing.
He's the kind of guy that would do warm yoga and fart in the classroom. I'm just saying.
Honestly, yeah, you're right.
So with that being said.
Oh,
So,
Lord.
anyways, yeah, I just kind of like roll the kid off in the floor and lay down and go, well,
What you got?
It
you okay?
yeah, I don't know. This is just, it's fun.
The keeper just needs a minute.
You push this body off the bed. It like falls. It doesn't fall with like a splat. It's just like a big heavy thump. And it almost like there's like these quick pulls as if you'd like pull on a puppet.
Mhm.
As the arms moves and the legs move and like the head quickly moves before it's knocked back onto the floor, almost as if the bonds have been released. You can see the aura of the kid that was in that you didn't see before, but you now see because of the lines being detached. You can see the creature staring directly at you in the face as you lay on this hospital, staring up at it, going, "Eat me." The creature sort of, the arms that were around the spirit body that you now realize that's why they were down so low, pulls the body up into it. And as it does that, you can see the ripple effect move through its body again, and its attention turns from the body in itself, then back down to you, and it goes
Waggle my
to
eyebrow.
stab you in the shoulder, like directly towards your shoulder as you are laying on the bed.
Mhm.
So I wanted to let you
You-
finish your description of what it was doing with the soul of this kid.
Is
What I
It's
would like,
validated.
I wanted to let you finish because it was a really good
Moisturized.
description.
moisturized.
What I would like to
Um,
do is before it finishes pulling this soul up, I would actually like to intercept it.
Okay.
'Cause,
How?
well, hellhounds are designed to drag souls to hell, which means I should theoretically be able to interact with the soul.
Are you gonna Cujo lock this thing in your mouth?
Yes,
I like it.
I'm basically
I'm low key into it.
going to just
It just needs to
standing
moisturize.
jump over the bed and grab this soul.
All right.
That's what I would like to do. Is that
Okey-dokey.
possible within the realms of this campaign?
It sounds logical. Sounds like science.
Sounds like real life.
I'm sure there's a
effects are gonna
research
be
paper
taking
on
up
it.
this- Yeah. Roll to act under pressure.
Okay. Wait, shit, that's cool.
Yep.
You're cool as what? Like a -1?
Mm-hmm.
I see nothing but good things.
Alright,
Last time I said
I'm gonna tell you this right now. If I fail, I will be using a point of luck.
I can try to do something too. I feel like I'm not just gonna stand there and just let him do this stupid shit.
Dad, Grandpa, no.
Grandpa,
well, it's
no.
I will be using a point of luck.
Oh god, oh god, oh god.
All right, mark off your luck. Did you? No, it was Lauren that used a point of luck last time, right? Yes. Okay, no, I'm
think
just double
so.
checking on who's used luck or whatnot yet. All right, mark off luck. Okie dokie. Your roll automatically goes for a 12 for act under pressure. So on a 10 plus, you do what you set out to do. You jump over before this creature even gets the chance to bring it into its body, and you lockjaw. You bite into it.
Well, not really bite into it, more like just grab a hold of it so I can pull it from the creature's grip.
Okay.
You know how a dog
as-
does with like the chew rope, and you try and wrestle the rope from the dog.
Oh, this is just a bad game of tug and war. Okie dokie. You intercept this creature before this creature gets to
Freddy's
pull.
just over
Just like a little chihuahua with little ruffs of hair. You're not a chihuahua. You're
No,
20
I'm
times
not.
bigger.
I'm
Listen.
like Doberman, except
Keep your
times
decision.
14.
You're a chihuahua now.
No.
You can be a
We
pony
We love
size chihuahua.
you!
I hate all of you.
I love that visualization.
That's
so
not
much.
true at all.
You love us.
You grab a hold of this body, and you have it like in your mouth. It's the full size of this kid that you've seen on the bed. You don't know how many times now. Well, 5. But you move it and push it down, and it's officially like you have it. You have the spirit, and this creature is angry.
Good.
Really? Go figure.
Wee bit.
Like the dog.
Let
I
go. Get it. Drop it. Drop it. Drop it.
Don't make me get the newspaper.
I want to try and return the soul to the body. So
Okay.
that's where I'm headed. Whether or not
Uh.
it's going to intercept me or not is another story.
Okay.
John's getting ready to pop it if it moves towards her. Or Monty.
Okay.
And Lauren, what are you doing amidst all of this nonsense? Because we
Good
haven't
question.
heard anything
This is
from
where
our chosen one.
Lauren shines. She just like lights up the room legitimately and like pierces it with magical light from her body.
Oh, look at it.
Funny story, from her butt.
Just turns around and goes, "Beep." I've been holding that in for hours.
God.
Monty's sitting there like, that's my girl.
I
I knew
literally,
you were told you were my favorite.
I have no. Oh shit.
Is your item like super special magical?
I don't know. I guess.
Could it-
Yeah,
could it-
probably.
Could it stab the monster?
Yeah. Let's do that.
I think that's a good plan.
I'm panicking, but I'm gonna do it.
Just
'Cause-
spear the monster into the ceiling.
Yeah. Let's try that. Let me think about how I want to do this.
Okay. In the meantime, this creature's gonna get moving, and its first mode of action is to detach itself from the ceiling, and it comes down in a heavy sort of bounce onto the
Ooh, I try to catch it in midair.
In your mouth?
Swing, bada bada.
You try to
Oh.
like roundhouse kick it? Is that what you did you say
I
kick
just-
or it?
Hit.
Okay,
I just
heard-
imagined you
I
doing the
hit it
same
there.
thing Brandy did, just catching it in your mouth.
Arr!
I am going to take my
Catch one in
weapon
your mouth.
and yeah. No, I'm gonna do some sweet parkour shit and try to like, you know, do the whole wall run thing and then jump and then stab at it. Let's do it.
That's
Spear you
my
So-
favorite description that I've ever heard. Okay.
Anime girl victory pose.
Yeah.
Okay, both of you, okay. John, you're trying to hit it as it's coming down out of the air. This is a large creature. This is a big boy, so yes, you can definitely try and hit it out of the room and out like across the way. Lauren, I will also have you roll on tough to hit it as well. So I'll let you guys go ahead and roll to kick some ass. Ooh, okay.
A swing and a miss.
Honestly, you always roll 10 plus, so this is. So you rolled an 8, so on a 7 plus, whenever you are fighting, inflict harm on each other. The amount of harm is based on the established list of dangers. Usually means you inflict harm, the harm rating of your weapon, and the enemy inflicts their attack harm rating on you. Lauren, roll to kick
Yes.
some ass if you have not already.
Oh god.
Decide.
Do I roll with tough? I rolled
Yep.
with tough.
Okay,
I got
you
nine.
did, sorry.
Above me.
I heard one ding, so I wasn't sure. Alright, so you rolled a 9. So it's the same sort of reaction as you guys, you don't intercross with each other. You are like coming at it from like 2 different ends, like pack tactics. Like you guys are doing great. You both smack into this thing, and John, you do like a million harm, don't you?
A million
I
harm.
do like to.
2,
I
But
do
it counts as a
like
weakness
to-
against the thing.
5. So
And it's
5.
messy. Oh no! Wait! No, I'm sorry. It's my unarmed attacks that do 2. The hammer does 3.
Okay, and you
And
hit it with
it's-
your hammer?
Yeah, and it's stunned and holy.
Okay. Perfect. Because this was a mixed success, even though you did hit it with your hammer and it is, you were going to do the full 3 harm and the smite adds a +2, you're doing a whopping like 5 damage to this thing. This thing is
Oh, nice.
hit. And you, with the force of Lauren behind it as well, Lauren, you whopping, let's take a look. 1, 2, 2, so we're looking at about 9 damage. No, 5, 6, 7 damage altogether. You guys hit it and push it, and it is there's like this weird sort of screech. It's like, I'm gonna use Alien from AVP for an example, because like this thing screeches as you hit it, and you guys force it back by the way you've pushed it. It doesn't attack you guys. It doesn't go and hit you. It is got its claws from the ceiling now into the side wall, and even with this damage, you can see it sort of rear its body, but you guys have pushed it to the other side of the bed that Brandy is now on, and Brandy is its target. Brandy has that spiritual form that it wants and has been working so hard to get. So, Brandy,
So I'm in trouble.
You in trouble.
You in
I'm
trouble.
like Ralph
The,
with the I'm in danger.
I'm
What
in
damage-
danger.
What damage do I take?
It didn't go to attack you. It made
Sure.
you guys did do the rolls, but it didn't. It made this move as if it was going to slice at you guys, but you guys don't even. It misses completely. Instead, it chooses to stick itself into the wall and turn its attention back towards Brandy that has that sort of spiritual version of the kid in her mouth and in front of her, and it's moving for Brandy.
Move to intercept.
Quietly, but loud enough that everyone in the room can hear me, I am going to say,
Y'all might want to cover your ears.
and then I just unload the magazine from my 1911 into it.
Fantastic.
All right.
Which is really, really loud.
Brandy is just like crouching on the floor with the soul in her mouth, still like whimpering. Because hellhound. No way to cover my ears.
Oh.
What's a little thunder to John?
That's true. All right, we're gonna unload. I'm gonna say a magazine. What is this type of gun you have?
Technically 7. It has 7 rounds in the gun total.
All right, I'll take it at that. Go ahead and roll the stuff.
Not to look like a gun. Well, actually, a 1911 has 7 rounds in magazines. All right, roll tough just once.
Just once.
Okay. Oh
Hell yeah, you
yes.
ban the hammer on that baby.
It's like
Hell
it's like a
yeah.
scene from a movie. You just like roll bed and like you've got the gun in your hand. You're like pulling it from your pant loop, and then you're just slamming down.
Because there's no holster. It's just tucked into his pants.
You just see him. He's like, "Eat me instead," and then you just see him like turning over on the bed.
I gave you prime grade A USDA beef, and you went after my girl. Get your ass over here.
Oh gosh! All right, you.
If only
Wow.
Brandy wasn't trying to do the mop thing because she can't hear.
Just like pawing at your ears. You roll the +10, so you get advantage. You can take one forward. You can give one forward to another hunter. You inflict +1 harm. You suffer less harm, or you force them where you want them.
I'm forcing +1 harm.
Okay, so because you have fanned the whole hammer, I'm not going to give you 2 damage per shot.
Mhm.
I'm going to say like you were hitting. You didn't hit like you didn't do 7 consecutive headshots.
Right.
So what I'll do is like you do you get 2 body shots, so I'll give you the 4 damage on that, and then the rest of them are 1 damage each. You
Okay.
see them smash into this creature, and there's this sort of ripple effect as each bullet hits, and you see its claws are letting go out of the wall, and as you keep shooting, you are forcing it back and back until it's decently enough away from Brandy now. It's no longer trying to get its way into Brandy's grill to get at this kid, to get at the child.
At this point, I'm assuming I'm probably close enough to the child to put that soul back in the body.
Mhm.
What do you want me to roll?
We're gonna do, for the first time in forever, a weird roll.
Yeah!
Plus weird.
Yes!
Let's keep it weird.
Let's keep it weird.
I am
Oh, you
plus
have a
3
plus
on
3.
weird.
Mother.
And I still failed!
So roll a 6.
Wow.
Take a
Wow.
point of
Wow.
experience.
I'm doing luck again.
Jesus Christ.
Because I'm not. I just want to get the soul in the kid so I can turn around and fight.
Okay. All right. You automatically go from a to a 12. Now, the effects of use magic do not count here. It's you are putting, you are taking the time to put the spirit back into this kid's body. You see this sort of movement as the kid, the body seems to come back to life a little bit. You can see the breath. You can feel the life sort of radiating from from the kid.
You just
There's
standing over
no-
going, hot, hot.
You you can see that this kid is taking this breath and moving, not waking up, but he is moving. He is
Yeah.
like shifting, like he's asleep still.
Then she's going to nudge him underneath the bed,
Shove, shove, shove.
and then
Kicking it
she's
back.
gonna turn, growl, and leap.
Okie dokie.
While she's doing all the shoving a body in and pushing, the rest of us have probably had a chance to whap it again. At least
Alright.
John's going to whap it again.
Basically, she'd be
Wow.
the last one to attack on this next round
the
of
line.
attacks.
Okay. So we've got John going in for a hit. Where are you trying to hit it?
Center mass.
Okay. Roll some initiative. Not that you need to.
I rolled an 11.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Yep. Of course, you get the advantage +1 forward, +1 to another hunter. Terrible harms, less harm, and force it where you want them.
I will give a plus forward to Lauren, because she'll probably be attacking next.
Right. So we have another 3, 4, 5 damage coming this creature's way. You smack into this creature, and as you do, it reaches out and grabs a hold of you. It's not a tight enough hold that it's like pulling you square against its body. It has one of its claws has like reached out and has like hooked itself behind your leg and has tried to hook itself around at least half of your waist to try and pull you in. You don't suffer any harm because I know you have armor, so you're okay there. But it is trying, and the force behind it, this pulling is. It's a little bit of a surprise to you because this isn't something that like based on everything else you've fought in this hospital or in this area, you have not had to deal with this kind of force yet. But
It's stout.
It's stout. It's got a little bit of muscle to it, even though it's got like toothpick legs.
As it gets closer enough, it whispers at you, "Give me some sugar, baby."
Okay, Lauren, to hit it too.
Wow. I'm gonna
I like
try.
that he gets tickled so easily.
I'm sorry.
I know. I
love
love
it.
it too.
I do. I love it. It's the best.
I'm gonna try and hit it again.
All right. What you've been good at describing how you want to fist fight this or fight this thing, not fist fight, but just fight in general. So tell me your ways.
God. Sorry, where is it again? What is it doing?
It's been forced more into the back corner of the room. It's got its little claws gripped into John right now.
Well, that's not nice at all. So is John like in front of me then?
Mhm.
Okay.
So you said I wasn't squared up with the creature, so
Yeah, you're not squared up directly in front of the creature. There is still some space between you guys.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of try and come from the side then, and get it with the pointy end.
yes, the pointy end goes in the other critter.
Yeah.
Yes, generally.
And kind of in the torso bit,
The torso bit.
like the torso bit. Well, never mind.
Well, you can take a point of experience.
I'm doing great.
Use your luck.
I could use my luck. You know what? Why not? Let's do it.
You only live once.
Yeah, literally.
All right, that's a good whopping 12. You spike into you stab right into it. Your spear hits into it. It doesn't give it gives a screech, but it doesn't give any sort of there's no blood or ooze or anything that comes from this creature as you hit it. It sort of seems almost to deflate a little bit after hitting it. And as you do, it lets go of John almost right away as it sort of tries to back up and back away and out of the hit, and sort of like claw at the spear to try and get it out. With your 12, you get a little bit more force and you stab right back into it, and it sort of deflates more and shrinks back in on itself and quickly shrinks in size and smaller and smaller and smaller until it disappears with a little sort of like puff of smoke.
All right.
Yeah, we only gotta do that 4 more times.
Well, that went better than I thought it would. Okay.
Lauren,
Mm-hmm.
I'm real proud of you. You did real good.
Are you still
Thank
laying on
you.
the bed? I just want to make sure the scene is right in my head.
Yeah, I'm kind of propped up on one arm right now.
Okay.
And as I say that, I hit the slide release so the magazine drops and then go,
Well, shit, that was the only one I had.
Well, I guess I'll just have to do more then.
I pick up the magazine, slide it back in there, flip it around, and say,
Well, at least I got a club.
Well, you still have your phone, don't you?
no, I left it back down on one of the lower floors. So
Oh.
No, unfortunately, I used it once, and well, that was about it. I might have to find another phone.
Brandy's going to go kind of check on the other rooms where the creature had been. Is that same presence still there?
Same presence as what?
As what we just
the one
fought.
we just bought.
You don't feel it. It's kind of the same thing with your smell. You smelt it in that one room, and actually, as you were fighting this thing and this thing came into view, the scent came back to you, but it was not the same as the original scent.
Okay. At this point, she's just putting it down to the thought that maybe the hospital is screwing with the sense, which is completely possible.
Whoever's got one of the flashlights, go around and flash the other rooms and see if
Yeah.
there's in there.
Yeah, I've got the flashlight on me, so I'm gonna do that.
I'll follow behind him so if he's
follow.
attacked, you know.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna follow as well.
Brandy's gonna just kind of tug that body back out from underneath the bed.
As you are like, you've grabbed a hold of this kid's shirt, I'm hoping, and
Yes.
like pulling and like tugging this kid out of the bed. There's a bit of movement, and his head turns towards you, and he is just it's an instant scream. There's a scream, and he shoots back, and he smashes his head into the bottom of the bed. He doesn't knock himself out, but he sort of cries out a little bit as the pain racks through his head now.
She
As
goes down onto her belly and she whines.
Oh yeah, as soon as we heard screaming, we're all running into the room. Got a
God.
flashlight out like a weapon. What was it?
Monty, as you enter this front room, you see this kid like rolling away and out from one side of the bed, and like it's the boy that you guys pulled out from the vines, and he is like shoving his way across the floor away from something on the other side of the bed.
I check out what's on the other side of the bed.
Do you
It's Brandy.
look like if you look over the bed, you could just see like Brandy fucking flat on her stomach, like just.
John turns to the kid. Don't worry, that's just Brandy. She's a fine girl, aren't you? Aren't you a fine girl?
Oh my god. Oh jeez.
Brandy's just gonna kind of get back up to her very, very large height and go over to John and just
Don't scare the kid.
Wow.
and then she's just gonna turn away from John and go trot and sit next to Monty. Just plops her ass down next to Monty.
He gives her
Big.
good head strokes.
I stare at them both.
Meanwhile,
Suspiciously.
she's just like, I'm not a fucking dog. I hate both of you. Not that anybody can hear it because she's still in hellhound form, but yeah, she's absolutely thinking it.
Just like low grumbles. Little baby grumbles. This is just like, terrible. This kid has shrunk in on himself. He is, besides the racking pain that is now going through his head, he's like backing away and into a corner, and is just like, what are you guys doing in my room?
What was
We
the girl's name?
rescued you.
The girl's name? Down?
Camilla.
Yeah.
Camilla.
Yeah. Camilla. Camilla sent us up here to find you.
She can visit at any time. She doesn't like to see me this sick, but sent you. How does she even know
She's
you?
been
Hey,
stuck
John.
downstairs for a while.
John, hold on. Kiddo,
Mm.
what do you remember? Where are you right now?
Memorial Hospital.
That wasn't the name of the place that we're at, is
Was it Mercy or Memorial? I thought it was Memorial.
Thought it was something else.
Pretty sure it was Memorial.
Do you remember any dark forms hanging in the shadows trying to suck your soul out?
No.
Yeah, he doesn't have any idea what we're talking about.
Nope.
No, he doesn't.
Let's go see if the other hymns are still in the other beds.
Mm-hmm. Monty is if nothing else, Monty is subtle. Like getting hit by a bus subtle.
Honestly.
Do you guys bring him with you?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Okay. As you enter one of the rooms, you've banished all the vines, so it's you can see them. You can see them laying on the bed. You can see this. As he enters the room, he sort of wavers, and he's just like, he doesn't see it right away until he does finally look up, and he's looking directly at himself, and he's mouth open like a fish in the water, like what
Congratulations, son. You're quintuplets.
Mazel tov!
Hazeltop passes out. He does waver. He does sort of shift. And he does actually move and pass out. He's just,
I'm gonna try to catch him.
all right. I'll say you catch him because I don't want this kid hitting the ground. You catch him fairly easily. He feels real. He has that human, anything that you felt before where you're like, there's no life here. There's life here. There is life in this kid now.
I walk over and put his hand on the other body. See if them touching does anything.
As you place this kid's arm or hand on the other one's arm, you can hear this sort of this low sound, and the body disappears, and
So does everything else as the Earth. The space-time continuum just tears us under.
Oh no!
and the blue the blue aura, you can see now,
I hope
John,
you're
because you're
happy.
standing right there, gets sucked right into this kid. He wakes up for a moment and like looks around, like he sees the body before it disappears. He's like, "That's," and then it disappears. And he's like, "Ah," and he passes back out.
Well
We
done.
repeat the process.
Slap, slap, slap. Huh? Ah!
See, we did have to assemble him like Voltron.
That's an out
Yeah,
loud
you just
comment
better
'cause I
hope
could
he's
just
not
hear-
missing anything important from that first room.
I just hear Monty going, "What the hell's a Voltron?"
Is that atop a toaster?
No, it's never mind. Just never mind.
You, in the other two rooms where you've banished the vines, you do that. You see the blue aura get sort of sucked back into him, and every time this happens, you can kind of see a little bit more life coming back into him. You see like this color of his skin is going from like that pale, kind of sickly gross, and back to the sort of tan, pale, like a paler tan skin as he slowly but surely is getting more life in him.
So
Awesome.
we managed to get all the.
You're missing 2. You go back into the rooms where you've banished the creature, and the kid's body is still there. And as you take his hand and you put it down on the kid, there's nothing. You don't see the sort of blue aura from above the kid get sucked back into the a kid that you're holding. You don't see the body disappear. You remember seeing when you banished the creature away that the blue aura just poofed away as well.
Oh man, 3 out of 5 ain't bad. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yep, I'm sure nothing
Yeah.
bad will happen.
Few vegetables, few vitamins, few supplements will be fine.
Some iron. Does his hair turn
definitely an iron
from a
supplement.
ginger?
Brandy's gonna tug on Monty's sleeve and just start shaking her head. Like, no, it's not good enough. You can't walk around with pieces of soul missing. It's how you wind up with fucking Sam from season, fucking 11 of
17?
Supernatural?
That's how you get ants.
No idea what you're
You want ants? Because this is how you get ants.
A portion of Sam's soul is missing, and he turns into, like, this really violent, don't care version of himself.
It turns into a demon.
This an interesting version of Sam.
Alright, I wasn't gonna go that far.
I will. I'm not saying I have a favorite, but Dean.
Hear me out.
I've never watched an episode of
honestly.
that show.
You would actually like it, I believe, Jason.
That's fair.
So we have 3 of his fractures into him.
3 of 5.
Oh well.
Guess he's just an incomplete kid.
Is it still? It's still a win. I mean, ultimately.
That's more than half. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
I think maybe we should go back downstairs and find his sister.
Okay.
Sounds reasonable.
All right. Well,
And with that, we will go back down through the elevator to the basement. We're gonna be able to get the. Actually, you know what? Can we call the elevator up? Are there still demon vines hanging over everything?
There are still vines.
Then we get close to the elevator, and I pray.
That's why we pray. Pray.
That's
That's
why
why
we
we pray.
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 All right.
Got to pray. Just to make it. Thank you,
Pray
MC
to
Hammer.
banish the vines away.
Thank you, MC Hammer.
It takes some time. It's the same as before. You can see the vines sort of shriveling up and pulling back and fixing back, and after a couple minutes they do disappear and you can get into the elevator. You hear, though, as the vines disappear, you hear the elevator creak and ground a little bit.
That's okay. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure we won't fall to our deaths.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be fine.
We'll do great.
So the elevator is going down, and it's creaking and groaning.
As you guys get into, before you even get into it, you hear it creaking and groaning.
All right. You know what? I am evoking another ability of mine.
Okay.
Let's get out of here. You can protect someone by telling them what to do or by leading them out. So I'm taking the kid, and I'm going to use the let's get out of here.
Okay.
And I'm going to step on the elevator. And if that way, if something happens to it, I can try to protect him.
Okay. All right. You guys can get into the elevator easy enough. It does creak and groan as you guys enter into it. You press the button and it starts to move. It is a slow descent. You guys are definitely wasn't this slow before, and definitely not like any sort of regular elevator, but it is taking you back slowly but surely to the basement. You guys don't have any hitches. As it reaches the bottom floor, you can. It's the same sort of aura effect. Camilla's not appearing to you this time. You don't hear the little footsteps of her running. You don't see the shadows of her coming around the corner or even running in the distance. The boilers, it's dark, it's damp, it's musty, it's pretty. It doesn't feel good down here. It didn't feel good down here to begin with, but it definitely doesn't.
So now
feel
it's even
good
worse.
now.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Can we find her little hidey hole?
You can make your way to it. Yep.
Okay.
You guys
I
remember
swear,
where
if
it
your
was.
sister turns on us, I'm gonna have to kill her.
Don't freak the kid out,
Turn.
Monty.
Turn. Listen, I've seen copies of myself. No. He's sort
He's
of
like, cool.
cool. Yeah, killer. I don't. What's going on? Is this? A
Yeah, killer,
like,
just
what?
fucking do it. I don't know.
Just fucking. What?
Whatever.
You guys are walking. There's like a thin layer of water across. Across
it's all humid and damp down here,
Gross.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, makes your clothes like kind of cling to you a little bit.
Yeah, that's the effect. If you're wearing a jacket, it's pretty uncomfortable. You're like pulling at collars, like, oh god, please. It's a little gross. It's a little musty. There's like water dripping down the walls, and there's like a thin, like an inch of water across the bottom of the floor. You make your way to where Camilla, almost said Lauren, I apologize. Where Camilla's little hidey hole was. The door is still there, it's intact. You push it open and there is nothing there. She's not here. She's not in this room.
Lauren, where are you, sweetie? Come out. I got a Werther's original for you. Don't you side
everyone.
me. You like those.
Yeah. It's just there's a time and a place that I'm trying to watch my sugar intake, and it's just a lot right now.
Well, skinny as you are, maybe you could use a few of them. Here.
Hands are like 2 or 3 of them.
Begrudgingly, I eat one.
Brandy's gonna like sniff around.
For her?
John starts calling her name.
There is something I wanted to look at. Where is Brandy's page? You can. So I'll have you roll for investigate a mystery. It is plus sharp, and you get 1 because you are smelling her out. Yowie, youchies. You can take a point of experience because that is a hard 4.
That's an oof from me, dude.
That's a new from me, dog. You don't know what it is. Maybe it's the humidity that is messing around. Maybe it's just the rooms in general that seem strange. But you can't smell her. You can pick up her scent at one point and then it just disappears. It's is nowhere to be seen. John, as you are calling out her name, are you moving around the basement?
Yes.
Okay. You are looking behind like the hot water tanks, some gates where like there are electricals. There's like little generator backup generators are down here. Looking in any kind of space where you would see a small child hide. You spot the back of her head at first. You find her. She's on the other side of a fence. She's in a tight corner, sort of crouched down and in on herself, and as you call her out, her head sort of snaps back in your direction, and she's quickly like bringing her finger to her mouth like shh 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 shh, and she like points outwards, and as you turn you can see there are those 2 creatures that you had banished. One is they're looking at each other, but there's no sound, there's no conversation, they're just staring, and they both move off into separate directions and out of sight very quickly.
Great.
Lauren, get him.
Uh-huh. Oh, okay.
I will take Camilla back to the rest of the party.
Okay.
Yeah, we got your brother.
I will start running. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
There's a
She runs
sniffling
past me after the
sound.
monster. I give the little girl back and then
Yes.
follow after her.
Okay. She clings to her brother super quickly, sort of.
kind of wipes the corner of my eye for a second.
It's dusty down here. There goes my dog, my girl. Get him.
You've got this. You've trained. Maybe. I don't know.
I've been doing my yoga for this moment.
Say, you've been doing all that yoga and Tai Chi. Ain't you got this?
You got this. Got this, go.
Monty probably assumes yoga is a martial art.
Probably.
Yoga. Do you do good kicks in that?
No.
No. Just kinda,
No.
No, not really. No, not at all.
you Lauren, you're running after one of these things. It definitely turns and looks at you. And it rears back. It almost looks like a big bug now that you can really see how it stands and how it looks as it's walking around. The other one has moved off and hasn't heard everything or the fighting yet. But tell me how you're coming at this thing.
I'm not gonna say I'm grossed out, but I'm grossed out. Like, really grossed out.
You're just like running at it like, that's fucking nasty.
Oh god, gross. Yeah. I don't even know. Just
Pointy end first.
pointy end first.
trying, like, you know when you start doing something, like, you know when you see a big ass spider in your house and you go and get the ice cream bucket of battle, and you start to like move the bucket closer and closer so you can scoop it up, and then you feel that fight or flight instinct activate and you start to panic, and you're trying not to panic too much until you get that fucking spider out your house. That's what's happening right now.
None of that happens when I see a spider in my house.
Okay, well, you're a unique individual.
I was like, no, same here.
I look at him and tell him, I see you in my bed, you're dead. Otherwise, go kill bugs. That's all.
Yeah, no, not me.
Ye old household battle bucket. No, I don't think I have one of those. I've got a shoe by the front door.
Honestly. Yeah. I start to move my weapon closer and try not to panic.
Roll plus stuff.
So yeah, I'm having a bit of a meltdown.
That's an 8, so it's a mixed success.
Yay.
You inflict the harm on it. No issue. I believe your full damage is a 2. 1, 2. I don't think you have anything that backs that up. Nope. You hit this thing and it screeches in it reaches out with one of its like sharp legs and quickly stabs at you. It hits you in the leg when it was down, and because of its reach, it goes right for your leg. It inflicts 2 harm to you while you inflict 2 harm to it.
I don't like that.
It in its process of trying to grip, or like in its stab, it's trying to like hook, like push its leg through yours and then hook, so when you pull it out you'd be also pulling out some.
Oh god, that's worse. Okay.
You
Do I have Brandy's bag?
who does have the
Have I
flower
caught up
bag?
with Brandy by this point?
Brandy would have taken off after Lauren.
Or Lauren's what I meant.
Now,
yeah,
there were 2, and they went in opposite directions, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So you could follow the other one. Brandy is going to back up Lauren.
Okay, I'll go after the other one then.
But basically, as Brandy is taking that damage, as Lauren is taking that damage, Brandy's going to show up, sink its teeth into this thing's arm, and rip and tear.
All right.
Fantastic.
We're gonna fucking
sticking into her leg.
Doom guy this shit.
All right, roll some tough. That is a mixed success. With a 7, as you bite and tear into this thing, you do what? 2 harm? 3 harm?
3 plus it ignores armor, and it's a +1 because I have Claws of the Beast.
Okay, perfect.
So that's 4 harm plus it ignores armor.
Perfect. 4 harm into this creature. You bite into its arm and you rip and tear, and you pull it apart fairly easily. You rip it from Lauren, and you finish biting into it, and it just snaps like a twig in your mouth. And as you do that, this thing's other arm comes up and crashing down into like your shoulders, and it deals 2 harm to you as it comes crashing down, and it tries to bring its weight on top of you to hold you down into place.
Okay.
Okay.
It can try.
It is gonna do its damn best. Okay. John, you are running after this thing. You're wearing a form of boots, right? It hears you.
Oh, it probably hears me when I scream at it.
Oh, okay. That's even better.
I literally scream, face me creature, as I'm charging at it.
Fight me, pussy.
Come at me, bro.
Hey. Language.
Sorry.
Oh, man, okay.
I'm sorry, you're gonna start enforcing that now?
No.
After some of the shit that's come out of Monty's mouth?
Honestly.
He's
all
a
Monty
sweet old
is
man.
Definitely of the generation of do as I say, not as I do.
I'm a sweet old. I mean, he's a sweet old man.
Yeah. We'll go with that. Just complete silence. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
John, as you yell at this thing, it turns on you, and it's like one of those like, huh? And it's like, oh,
Aru?
huh? Just turns its head and sees you charging at it.
Full in the mouth.
And it starts running to meet you. It is charging at. It's not like a breakout speed. It's fast enough though, and it's making ground to meet you in a center of blows. Where we're gonna roll some good old tough. Tell me how you're hitting this thing. You do a lot of damage.
How am I hitting this thing?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if we're charging each other. I'm gonna go kind of up and under.
Okay.
Try to catch it under. If it's got a chin, I'm aiming for the chin.
All right. Beautiful. Oh wow! I didn't expect this day to come. You can take a point of experience. No, it shouldn't.
What?
Is that?
I am spending the luck.
I like that point of experience.
There is no failure here.
All right, your 6 goes up to a 12, and you hit this thing. You I'm gonna guess you're gonna inflict extra harm on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you do got 3, 4, 5, so 6. You're doing like a big ol' whopping 6 damage. You hit this thing square in the chin, and you've hit it off balance as it comes running at you. As you hit its up in the hammer, it like almost falls on its back. Like you've just taken a turtle and thrown it on its shell, and it's taking its time to try and get its leverage to move back up, but right now it is stuck, and it's stunned by the sheer amount of force that you just hit its chin with. It's rattled its brain. Its brain's
It's kind of laying on his back, belly up.
Yeah.
It is surprised at you.
Oh,
Surprised.
then I immediately try to jump up on its belly, and you start wailing on its head.
All right, roll.
From down the hallway, the rest of you just hear kind of John tackling like a madman.
Everyone in the back are like,
is one of the patrons of the Berserkers. He's into this shit.
He's down to clown.
okay, tough.
That's what I did.
That's a big 10. That's a good hit. You smack this thing. You're doing another inflict 1 harm. I'm gonna guess. It's do big boy damage. You are hitting this thing, and it is like wailing underneath you. It is screeching and wiggling. It's almost like you're riding a buck out of nowhere. It's just trying to knock you out, and it's not doing a good job. You smack 1 more time into this thing, and its head just sort of like underneath your hammer, and it's just like
Yeah.
so. This thing is not moving. It twitches for a second as its head explodes under your hammer, and then it just flattens its body.
Yeah, I grab by one leg and start dragging it back to where everybody else is.
Jeez.
Victories need witnesses.
Then Brandy is just going to continue to rip and tear. I'm assuming with Lauren doing this stabbity.
Yes.
And I'm just back there going,
I know they didn't need me at all.
They've grown so much. I'm so proud of them.
I'm so proud of all of them. Oh, God. I'm not crying. I'm not crying.
Grandpa, we talked about making that sound.
Camilla and Brody are just kind of like, "Yeah, okay, what's going on?" Just hearing like cackling and whaps and fighting, and they're just like, what? Camilla's not so surprised. Brody's just like, I don't understand.
at a late reaction, Monty reaches down and goes,
Oh, maybe I shouldn't see this.
and he puts his hands over their eyes.
That's fantastic.
I
Love it.
thought maybe I shouldn't see that.
So you want tough rolls from me
I
and Jack?
I do.
Oh,
I
me
do
too?
indeed.
Well, we're fighting
Okay.
this thing together, yeah.
Sorry, I'm doing things as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's
Dun-
a 5.
Okay, you know what? Look. Fuck this.
Fuck this.
Fuck
this
this
shit.
shit, I'm out.
All right, that's a big old 12. You stab into this thing, pushing it back and off of Brandy, giving Brandy enough of a leeway to sort of pounce up and smack into. You deal another 2 damage. Brandy, you are dealing another. God, we went over this. 4. 4. You, Brandy, you grab into, like, you bite into where its head, where its neck would be if he had any guess, and you crunch and clench down, and it just like with the arm, there's enough force
Oh.
behind it with that 11 that you just, it snaps in your mouth like a
Like
twig,
a shitty twig.
like a shitty twig. Well, it had a bit of heft to it. It was like a small,
So
like
a small branch. But I'm still gonna
log.
Okay.
You're
okay,
still
but
getting
I'm
your
still
teeth
gonna
through it.
snap it because my jaws are like
Yep.
ha
Big. Yep.
big.
And
Hey, look, when all else fails, the Doom Guy approach is always a good idea.
and Monster Goo fills your mouth now. And it's not.
But you said it doesn't
It's
have
not-
any goo.
Shh, it's not pleasant. The
You're
neck.
like, you know what? I
is the
retconned
only
myself.
thing on the
Goo!
body that has goo in it. Just the neck. It's like a jelly bean flavor, but it's definitely a bit off, like it's expired
Ew.
or something.
Is this thing dead? Has it stopped moving? Is it still?
Yes. No, it stopped moving. You
Okay.
guys, you guys
She's
have
going
sort of-
to find that soul within this thing and extract it.
You don't see or feel anything in it.
Then she's dragging the body back.
Gross.
She
Y'all
just
need-
picks it up about the middle and then just like trots off happily with it, like the dog that's got that fucking branch that's way too big for it.
I threw a branch, you come back with a body. Excuse me. I told you to get it, but not this. Put that back, it's not yours.
Where did you find that?
How did that thing even exist?
Brandy, what do you have there? A body. Brandy, no!
No!
Oh god.
Squirt bottle.
Drop it, that's disgusting. Oh god, you guys are both coming back with separate bodies, like just looking at each other, giving a good nod, and you're just like, yeah,
Good job.
hell yeah.
Good
Oh,
girl.
yeah.
Who's a good girl?
Is the kids in range for this?
Yeah, I'd say so. With Monty like having his hands covering
Oh.
their eyes.
Monty's covering. Good. Good.
Uh-huh.
She's going to drop the body and she is going to try and bite John.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Because-
yeah.
Because she's real sick and tired of the who's a good girl. She's a fucking hellhound.
But you
Enough
are.
of that.
Nom nom.
I mean,
She just she literally just wants to dip. Like it won't get past his armor.
Okay, I was
It's
gonna
just-
say,
it's
I'm
just
like,
a
roll some
warning nip to
tough.
stop that.
Oh, you just gave him a nip.
Yeah. I'm
Keep
not
walking.
full on biting him
You're just like, heh.
because I don't know.
That's exactly the reaction I was going for.
I don't know if the Hellhound wants to try and take on the Godling for hire.
It'd probably be a fairly fair fight.
Probably. She still doesn't want to test it. And then she's gonna pick this body up and then cart it back over and set it down in front of Monty where the kids are. And then just sit there on her ass, looking very proud of herself, kind of wishing she could go back to her human form because Camilla's seen her in her human form, but she really, really doesn't want to freak this kid out.
Valid.
She's doing good, Marty. Rubber belly.
I don't think she likes that. She kind of growled at me last time, so I think I'm gonna resist.
And then
Alright.
she's gonna nudge the body kind of forward more towards Brody, and then like lightly whap her palm against it.
Okay.
Like she can't talk, so she's trying
You're
to motion for him to touch it so that he can get
His eyes
soul
are
back.
covered. He doesn't see your motioning. He
Oh.
hears the like body moving, but he's just like, oh, and he like takes Monty's hand and like presses it farther against his eye.
He's like, no.
John just walks up with one of the legs from his and touches it to the kid.
It's like poking the kid with it. You see this blue aura come from this creature and quickly like almost slam into Brody's body, and you can see more coloration in his skin. He doesn't seem as pale and as sickly as he was before. He looks
We'll repeat the process with the other one.
This one whams into him, and he looks instantly better. He doesn't look anything like he did when you first saw him in the vines.
He looks more like the kid we saw in the picture.
Yep. You see him you can see him kind of almost relax a little bit and like exhale a breath of just like nothing comes out. It's just like he's finally feels better. He looks and doesn't he's good. He seems and he looks good. And as you guys do this, you can kind of see it. John, you're the first to see it. You can kind of see this white aura coming off of him, and you can it's slowly but surely encasing the room and encasing you guys, and all you see is white. The hospital is gone. You don't see Camilla anymore. You can you see Brody, and like Brody pulls Monty's hand away from him, and he's just like, thank you, before he disappears into the light. He's not dead.
We only had your word for that.
Yeah, it was like that was he goes into the light. That was
Wait a minute.
bad writing on my part. You guys, you feel good. Any harm that anybody has taken is instantly healed. You don't feel hurt. You feel good. Brandy, you aren't in your Hellhound form. You'll never get hurt, John. Brandy, you're not in your Hellhound form anymore. You're in your natural Brandy form. Everybody has their stuff, and
Including
one
the
by-
flowers?
yeah, it's in your bag.
Okay.
As you guys,
I want to check the magazine in my gun.
there's no bullets. You've
Okay.
wasted them.
Just making sure. Hey, they weren't wasted.
You used them. Sorry.
Thank you.
As you guys slowly but surely kind of just rest and close your eyes for a moment, like you're looking at everyone, and as you blink and reopen your eyes, it's not white anymore. You're not seeing everyone. John, you're waking up in your hotel room. You can see everything where you left it. Monty, you are waking up in your bed where you went to sleep what feels like maybe hours ago, and as you look at the clock on, I don't know if he has his clock on his bedside table. Clock on his bedside table. You can see that it actually is almost the same time. Like if you went to bed at like 1 a.m., it's 1:08 now. It's it's like no time at all has passed.
Mm-hmm.
Lauren, you're waking up on your couch. Your dog is in the food you've left on the table, and your cats are laying.
Property Brothers are playing on HGTV. Run, you've seen that one.
You've seen that one, yeah.
Your cats, you've got one like wrapped around half of your head and sort of like laying with its head between on your neck. The other one, how many cats did Lauren have? 2?
3.
Two, 3?
3.
I don't know.
The triplets. The other
yes.
one's on your stomach, one's on your legs. The dog is on the table, just whatever
Eating.
food you left there, it's his now.
Oh, perfect.
Perfect. Brandy, are you waking up in the bar?
Yeah. I passed out at the bar.
You're waking up at the bar, and like the bar owner's just like, when you were gonna get up and get out. Cut off. Not a hotel.
I'm gonna go to your bathroom and throw up first. And then I'll go.
You make a mess, you clean it.
I'll get in the toilet. And then she's running to the bathroom to be sick.
Oh, man.
Just brings up all of the booze she's been drinking the entire night beforehand.
She's like, I hate this. I hate this.
John just digs out his flask, chugs about half of it, and then rolls back over and goes back to sleep.
I call
Honestly,
Lauren.
It's a Tuesday for John.
what time is it?
Like 1:08.
Your phone is ringing.
I pick it up. Hello?
Tell me, do you just have a really vivid dream about?
Oh
being
my
hot-
god.
Sorry, I should have started that over. Hi, it's your grandpa, Monty.
I know, I have you in my contacts. Yeah, I did. It
You
felt...
remember that real pretty girl that was with us?
Yes?
No. Do you still have that, I think it was a Beanie Baby that I gave you?
The answer is yes.
Yeah?
Lauren, as you look around on the table where your dog is eating the food, you can see the small Beanie Baby that Monty gave you in the hospital.
This is horrible.
Brandy, as you go, after puking your guts out, as you go and grab your bag, you see the flowers. It's not it's that you don't have like the pot. You have just like the flowers, and they're in the same condition you had in the. Actually, you do have the pot. It's just in pieces in the bag.
Okay.
I just wanted to tell you, Lauren, that I'm proud of you. See if you wanted to have dinner sometime. Also, we need to get you some Kung Fu lessons or something.
Oh, God.
Karate or...
Karate, yeah. Sure.
Sure.
Come on over, I'll cook
What's
for
that
you.
one that fellow with the ponytail always did? I liked him in his movies.
The ponytail.
Bruce Lee?
No.
No.
You know, he was the one that doesn't have much of an expression. Shit actor, cool action guy.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Steven Seagal, that was his name.
Oh.
Seagal, that's his name. Whatever it was he did, it was like minimal effort, and that dude was on his ass. I like that stuff.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Or that pretty French one that could always do the splits. You know what was his name again?
Jean-Claude Van Damme?
No, that couldn't be it.
No? I thought there's more than one French fucking kung fu guy. Please, fill me in.
That was just Monty being Monty. Yes.
Yes.
He was referencing Jean-Claude.
Anyway.
Sure, yeah. I'm sure my gym does something like that.
All right, well, sorry to bother you, and have a good night, and
Yeah.
Love you. Bye.
I love you too, Grandpa. And then I look and find my discarded bottle of wine and just chug it straight out the bottle. Fuck
I like
It
those.
is
Straight to the
warm.
head.
this.
It's room temperature, like wine should be.
Like wine should be.
No, it really depends if you're drinking white or red. White should
Well,
be
this-
chilled.
Lauren's
not
a
gonna
red
get
wine
too-
drinker.
Lauren is a red wine girl. Okay.
After Brandy is done being sick,
Yep.
she's gonna go back out and she's gonna talk to the bartender and she's gonna give her Monty's description
Mm-hmm.
and then ask if she knows where the hell he lives.
Huh.
That's up to Monty. Does this bartender?
She
y'all-
would know him. It would be a place that Monty would drink at often. I don't know if she would know where he's at or where he lives. But she
She knew
could
what
give.
days he regularly showed up.
Yeah, pretty much all of them.
I mean, he'll probably be back tomorrow.
She does know that he drives a 1983 GMC conversion van.
There you go. And that's
Okay.
the description she will give.
Okay, and then Brandy's going out to her motorcycle, even though she really shouldn't be driving. She's going.
You are
to...
instantly arrested and put in jail.
Am I really?
End
That's
of
what
the
I
show.
Da-na-na-na.
That's all, folks.
Like just swerving all over the place.
She's gonna kickstart the bike and very carefully.
Roll to act under pressure.
Oh fuck.
At a -1, fuck that. You're
It's
drunk.
already a -1.
I don't care. You take in another one. Give me that cool roll. That's a fail. I'll give you a
know-
point of experience.
you know
Fuck
what?
your luck.
I
You're not
can't
using it.
even-
You're drunk.
I can't even get it started.
You can't even get it started. You tried to kickstart it, and you realized your keys aren't in it.
You
At
gotta-
which point
you gotta-
she's just gonna sit down, and then she's gonna wait. And she is gonna wait for the fact that she's a supernatural creature, and alcohol does not stay very long in her system.
I just like the
She
idea of you
hopes.
trying to kickstart it from the wrong side. So you're just constantly
God.
pushing the clutch like.
I'm imagining her failing and taking one harm as the whole bike falls over.
My
Honestly.
leg is crushed.
But she just sits there and she waits for the alcohol to wear off.
Mm-hmm.
She
Okay.
gonna be waiting.
She's gonna be waiting.
And then once it does, she's gonna kickstart her motorcycle, and she's gonna drive until she finds that van.
All right.
It's not.
It's like
it's not hard to.
2:30, 3
It's
a.m.
not hard to
now.
find. He doesn't live very far from the bar.
And then she's going to pull her motorcycle into his driveway. She's going to carefully put all of her stuff in the saddlebag, turn into a hellhound, and go sleep on his porch.
Oh.
I was
Aww.
hiding under your porch because I loved you.
Not because I'm a crazy
Love-
stalker.
She's gonna curl up like this huge Doberman and just fall asleep on his porch.
Glowing red. God. Okay.
I'm gonna wake up to the fucking local fucking animal control animal
fuck?
control organization.
Just sitting there
Terrified.
staring like how the
You
fuck
gotta put the rope over your neck and it just burns.
They're like, oh, okay. What
The
the
They're like,
plastic one melts.
You know what? This sometimes it's okay to just let them go.
Well, if she's on somebody's porch, she's probably, their property.
Monty,
I
Monty's,
think maybe it
like,
belongs to the house.
Monty's trying to figure out why there's so much commotion outside of his window that early in the morning.
Oh.
No, it's
Is
fine.
he?
I just got a new dog. It's fine. Go away.
It's fine. Go away. I have big
It's perfect.
dog boy. It's girl. It's great. But
All
you
right.
guys have solved the hospital puzzle.
Yay.
You have saved the children.
We have smote evil.
You have smote the evil. You guys, if anybody pays attention to the news, there's a little clip of in the morning on the early news of you see Camilla and Brody and their two parents, John, Brandy. You recognize them, the parents, because you've seen the pictures. But you see, Make-A-Wish children they are. You see them walking out of the hospital, and there's talk about a miraculous recovery. This child was on his deathbed, and he is better, and he has been cleared to go and live his life anew.
Yay!
Yeehaw!
We did it, guys.
Everybody
Now I
gets a gold star.
Thank you.
I
and
just-
can rest this voice for a while.
Oh yeah,
God hands.
God hand.
Lauren just made it. Honestly, thank God Grandpa was there.
Oh yeah. Except for the awkward flirting with the Hellhound woman.
We don't talk about that, okay?
Oh, except you're gonna have to at some point or another.
There's a knock on the door for brunch, you know, that they have on a weekly basis.
Mhm.
You open the door and he's like, "Hello, sweetheart. This is Brandy. I think you remember her.
I just
By the
slammed the
way,
fucking door on your
Say
face.
hello to your new grandma."
John, at some
Not in
point,
my house!
John would have to at some point track everybody down.
Yep.
His whole mission is that one of the other hunters has a critical role to play.
Mhm.
He has to prepare them.
Ah, yes, we
Really?
didn't really.
It's
You really
Lauren.
hope it's not.
Yeah,
Lauren.
we didn't. We
It's
didn't.
Lauren.
It's not her. We didn't really get into my. Maybe she'll make a comeback. We don't know.
Anyways, all right. Well, we want to thank everybody out there for viewing with us
Mhm.
as we played Monster of the Week. Next week, which I had a blast, so that was a lot of fun.
I did too.
Huge thanks to everyone who retweeted and reposted that we were over here doing this thing. A huge shout out to Chibi for hosting, and to Joey for hanging out, Steve for hanging out, and I know that Soul Soldiers was on earlier, and for everybody who's viewing us. We appreciate it. I want to thank you so much. Again, we are doing a 75 average viewer push over a 30-day period. And we have shows Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Monday night, I am actually DMing. I am your live DM as we do Foundations of Adelar. And our latest episode, our favorite little goblin cleric was taken,
No.
part of a possible ransom, saying if you want him back, you can find him in Lanceport, and we're going to see what happens there.
Because
And-
Elf
Toes.
Bard decided to yeet himself and the ranger out of the situation entirely.
Mhm.
Because the bard cares for only one person that much, and that's Arneth, the ranger.
Mhm.
So
Mhm, mhm.
we also have Jason, who is DMing Esper Genesis on Tuesdays, and Esper Genesis is a sci-fi companion for 5e, it's the sci-fi version of 5th edition, pretty much, right?
Mhm. Yeah. It's
Excellent.
extremely compatible.
And they are on their. It'll be coming up on your 4th episode, I think.
Let's see. Yes, the next one will be 4th.
Next one will be the 4th episode. So we're still early on. We have Eric, who is on our Monday stream, who is also one of my local players, is on both the Monday game and on the Tuesday game. So you guys should come in, and he's a lot of fun to play with. So guys should tune in and check it out. We have next week for Wednesday, we're going to either have one of two things, and I will announce it as we get closer to then. We'll either be doing Big Eye Small Mouth, which is an anime RPG with our host and game master, which will be Atlas. Or we may be doing a D&D 5e one-shot with Maddie, as our DM, depending on who is ready. My goal is to have the big eye, small mouth, just to give us something different to see what goes on with that. But if Atlas is not quite ready, then we will definitely have Maddie stepping in as the DM. So I will give you all more details as that comes up. So pay attention. If you have not joined us, join us on our Discord channel. You can type in bang Discord like that right there, and it will tell you what the Discord is. Feel free to jump in and join us. We chat and talk and have a good time, cut up and debate things or just argue about them one way or the other. Again, a huge thanks and shout out to everyone involved tonight. That is Jason and Maddie and V and Jack. I am, of course, the Direbear GM, Heath. And until Monday, take care of yourselves. Hope to see you all back then. And have a great week and a great weekend. Bye, everyone. Take care.